Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are tackling my garage. Hopefully that doesn't annoy you too much. If you've been following along, you know that I have been tackling spaces in my home that I've been avoiding, and this is definitely one of them. So I'm showing you before what it looks like. Look, I know it's not terrible, also because we keep our cars in the garage, and so there's less opportunity for stuff to accumulate. But if you go behind these cabinets, they are a total freaking nightmare. We can't find anything. I feel like we're buying duplicates of things. It's just not a fun place to be, and we've kind of been waiting for the summer to get a little cooler here in Austin. It's not really. You're gonna see me sweating in this video. But today was the day. I got my husband involved too, because probably 90% of the stuff is his or stuff that he knows about or that he has bought. And so I really needed him to help me. So we set a day and he very graciously agreed to help me organize this garage and figure stuff out. And hopefully these solutions work for him too. So I want to walk you through our process. I want to explain to you like how long this took and how much time it took. And I hope that this video can provide motivation for you to tackle those spaces in your home that you've been avoiding, because the payoff is huge. You get so much peace of mind and just you realize how much energy you've wasted on things that aren't like super important. Your stuff should not be controlling you. So first off, we need supplies. I did the best I could estimating what I needed. As it turns out, I was wholly wrong, but I tried. So I've got some containers that I bought a while back. I've got my step stool. I've got my 2-year-old. Do not recommend doing this with a 2-year-old, but sometimes you don't have a choice. I have some crates that I shopped around my own home for. Our shoes were in one of them. Neve's books were in something else. I have some water. We're doing this in the morning because the garage gets so hot as the day goes on. And the first thing that I'm doing is taking everything out of these cabinets, which was the part that I was avoiding, because you anticipate this to take so long. I wish I could do this on fast forward like I'm doing here, but unfortunately, no. All right, so we finally got the 2-year-old out of the picture because a light bulb rolled out of this cabinet and smashed on the ground, and then there were little pieces of glass everywhere. So, I don't want to say don't do this at home because it's dangerous, but you need to do it. And it's better to do it without children around if possible. Now we're trying to figure out, while I'm still kind of emptying everything, like where the heck does everything go? And I need to put things into categories, because that was half of the problem. Everything over time, we moved into this house 2 years ago, has kind of been just put together. So you've got light bulbs with the tools, with the fire pit equipment, with our grill stuff, with mosquito things and golf balls and Okay, so I'm gonna create a trader section and we can decide how we want to store it. I think there's a lot of stuff here. Do you even know that it exists? And if you remember, a few weeks back, I did a video about what is under my stairs and just organizing that small room. And you guys seem to enjoy that video because I think we overestimate how long it's going to take to do things, and that convinces us not to do them. And that didn't take me that long, probably like an hour. This project, I would say, was maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, because I did a little pit stop in between, and you'll see throughout the day I'm going back and forth a little bit. And I had my husband helping me, which really helped. But let me tell you, he did not last very long in the heat. Neither did the kids. So I did majority of it, and I would say it probably took me 2 to 3 hours. But this is a big project. This is a big deal to tackle your garage, and I'm sure for you this is an area where you feel like, oh my gosh, this is going to take me all day. And sometimes it can, but this is what you have to do. Now that we get to the point where we've like organized things into different categories and decluttered what we don't need and got rid of trash and junk and whatever, then it's going to be easier to do. It's going to be easier to maintain. You're not going to be spending 3 hours every month decluttering your garage. You're going to be doing this kind of once and then maintaining it. more of us probably going hardcore at this and both of us organizing different things. We're finally over the hump because I'm starting to put things back into the cabinets, which is really, really rewarding. And I even moved on to another shelf. So as you can see, by this point, everybody else has left me because they're all cooking in the garage. And I'm so determined that I'm gonna keep going because this probably bothers me the most. But honestly, I need the mental headspace. I walk into this garage several times a day and I hate that I can't find anything. I hate that it's cluttered. I hate that we don't know what's going on. If we ever leave this house and move because we don't own this home, then, you know, it's going to be such a pain in the butt to move everything. It's so much easier when we've already pre-sorted it and we know what's going on. And I also just found that certain decisions I'd made, you know, years back, like putting the stroller in the garage or the car mats or whatever it was, it wasn't working. I needed to move some of that stuff out. And so my philosophy is always to match like with like. And that's what I was doing with these boxes. Even though they didn't end up being the permanent home of things, I was grouping all the things together. So when you feel overwhelmed, my first step is always take everything out of the cabinets, put it on the ground, see what you actually have, really get an inventory of what is going on, and then you start to put like with like. And as I said, over the years, things had really migrated and we'd gotten a whole lot of new things and we just like chucked them into a cabinet and a cupboard. That's just life. That's what people do. You get busy. Decluttering is not your priority. Organization is not your priority. And you just kind of do the best you can in the moment and live with it. And if that's you and you're feeling guilty that you don't keep these perfectly organized systems, don't feel guilty. That's an absolutely wasted use of your energy right now. Take action and start to make a change. Okay, so I've put everything back that I can so far, and you can see there those 2 crates on that shelf, and I got a little nervous that the shelf might break. This house is kind of old, and I don't know how much weight these shelves can take, so I'm just debating what to do now. And ultimately, I was like, I need to get more of these plastic containers where I can actually see what's inside, and I also really like the small size of some of them because they fit really nicely into cabinets. So I'm just kind of cleaning up the last little bits and organizing, and then we're going to take a little trip to Target because even though I like to shop my home first, which is what I did by getting the crates and other things that we had lying around, I realized for the garage, which I've never really organized, that we needed a bunch of these, and I really like these. I think they are the 15 quart. I'll list them down below, but they fit really nicely into cupboards. And so I think also you can't overload them and make them super, super heavy. So they stack nicely and they're clear, and you got to choose an organization system and kind of just go with it. Like I chose these back when we moved to Austin with the purple handles, knowing that I'd probably be able to get these as I needed them. And they're just very useful and versatile.
Don't know what I'll find. Maybe I can be a rock star, playing songs on my guitar. I know I have to be somewhere else to be able to find myself. Shouldn't be so complicated. If I listen to my heart, I'm gonna leave it all behind. Find myself, I'm gonna start over new. Yeah, I'm on my way now. 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 I'm on my way now.
This part was super fun, actually, just getting everything nice and organized and putting it into containers. And my 8-year-old helped me with the labels, and I went back and also did a few more labels. FYI, I would not recommend this label maker. I've seen this recommended a bunch online, and it makes cute labels. They're those kind of like old-fashioned typeface punched out labels. But this thing broke really soon into its career with me, and now I have to physically cut it with scissors, and you waste a lot of tape by punching it out. Anyway, don't recommend that label maker, but I do recommend labels, so find what works for you. But this is really where you're like, I can do hard things. Like that decluttering of the garage and taking everything out in the 100-degree heat, no jokes, that was kind of hard. I mean, I was tired. I would have kind of preferred to just chill out. It was a holiday weekend, but now I'm on the other side of it. It didn't take that long, and I get to put everything back into the cabinets in the garage, and it is so freaking satisfying. I'm telling you, makes me so happy, and I know it will make you happy too. And you don't have to choose such a big project like a garage. Like this, I know is like climbing Mount Everest, and if you've never climbed a little hill, this is going to seem really intimidating. But start with your bathroom cabinet, start with the drawer. Like it just has such a profound effect, and it ricochets throughout your whole house and family and everything.
I said sorry.
You gonna go get her?
Yeah.
That's my 8-year-old apologizing because they went upstairs and then Neve woke up from her nap. But honestly, they were being as quiet as they could, and they probably did wake her up a little bit sooner than maybe she would have, but not by much. She would have woken up soon enough. Anyway, here is the finished product. Isn't it so amazing? Everything is organized and in boxes, and looks so good.
Tomorrow, I let my worries fade, let them sweep away. There'll be another day tomorrow. I keep repeating the same mistakes. I did them all before, in every shape. There's a million ways to mess things up, and I need some time to figure out what to say and make our troubles disappear. Oh, tomorrow's near.
Some of this stuff here we're going to donate to Goodwill, and then my husband really needs to go through those cabinets at the back and sort out what he needs. Not my area, but I will say these containers that I ended up buying from Target, I bought a bunch of them. I think I bought 8 of them. They're pretty inexpensive as well, and they worked super, super well and had some left over. So then you know that I went to other parts of the house and I started organizing all of our swimming stuff, which somehow has ended up in the laundry room, I guess because that just makes sense to us. And so I started going through everything, and it's interesting because I did not anticipate doing this much organization today, but once you get started, you kind of get a bee in your bonnet and you just want to keep going because it feels so good to have everything nice and sorted out. So not only did I do a really quick organization in the laundry room, but then I went upstairs to my 2-year-old's room and started organizing her clothes, because the last time I did this, she was probably 18 months old or something, and I have a bunch of 2T clothes that she can wear. But once she came into the picture, I couldn't really do much, so I stopped there. The point being that I just fitted some organization in when I could, 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and it makes a huge difference. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me on this holiday weekend where I tackled this garage, which had been bugging me for a long time. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and subscribe, give it a like, share with someone who might need encouragement to start the decluttering process. Please check out my other videos on how to start decluttering, and let me know what you want me to declutter next. What is bugging you in your home that you really need to tackle, and where are you struggling to get started? I would love to be able to help you out. All right, see you soon. Bye.